Listen in Colour. Hi everyone, welcome to Listen in Colour with me, Rachel Walker-Mason. I've got a slightly husky voice today, but we're going to go for some reviewing of amazing songs anyway. Okay, this is another Nightwish favourite of yours, so let's get cracking. Just before it gets into the big bit here coming up, I can feel it going somewhere. Let's just pause a second. So the song is called Nemo, right? Okay. So apparently they released the song, ironically, nothing to do with the film Finding Nemo, but apparently this song was released around the same time as the film, so they've had to clarify that it's nothing to do with the film. Although I think this would have been a great accompaniment to the film. I think they had Beyond the Sea or something in that, but this would have been great because, you know, it's Nightwish. We should have more Nightwish in every area of life, including Disney. Okay, so I think looking at the lyrics, it's sort of about being lost. So Tuomas often writes these lyrics about feeling lost and alone, and like you just want to give him a hug. Like he says so much about how a lot of us feel at times. He just says it so beautifully and has this beautiful kind of bleak way of writing that's kind of like a fable from long ago. It's just such gorgeous writing. So this is me for forever. One of the lost ones, the one without a name, without an honest heart as compass. Oh, that's really sad. What an opening of a song to go straight in with. This is how I'm feeling. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no setting the scene of where we are. It's just straight into how he feels. And you've got this beautiful opening with this lovely ballad style piano and this rain falling. And then the guitars kick in and it gets a lot more metally very quickly. I thought it would be a gentle opening looking at the lyrics, but it really comes in quite quickly to the full speed Nightwish. Floor's gorgeous vocals, and she kind of holds back here quite a lot. She's not giving it too much. It's quite gentle. She's in her kind of mid-range, so she's able to just do things in quite a spoken da 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 da. Please excuse my husky voice today. She's just singing it very mid-range, so very very relaxed vocal. So you know she's going to be doing something big later on because she tends to save those floorgasm moments for later. So I'm holding out for a floorgasm. I am holding out for it. Okay, let's just go back a tiny bit. Okay. Oh, I know you lot hate it when I pause Nightwish, and I apologise for having to do so because they're so awesome all the time. There's never any bit where you can just stop and go, nothing's happening here. There's always something amazing happening. But I'll pause it a second because I just want to comment on that harmony, how beautiful that was. So it's a strong moment, vocally strong, and then it drops back and you just have this beautiful two-part vocal harmony, and it's just so gentle and fragile. It's gorgeous. It's kind of slightly chilling. It's like two children kind of singing about feeling sad and lost. It's so tender and kind of heartbreaking. It's beautiful. And their voices sound amazing together. I love it when he's doing backing vocals for Floor. It's always such a beautiful moment. And the lyrics here are so... oh, they just make me feel kind of sad. Oh, how I wish for soothing rain. All I wish is to dream again. My loving heart lost in the dark. Oh, it's really bleak, but beautifully written. It's not angry. It's just kind of heartbroken, you know, when you're at that point in your life. There's quite a lot of bands that do that as well, with the lead singer is clearly going through some things, or maybe that's just naturally how they are, and that's how they like to express their feelings, is putting it in a song, because you can pretty much guarantee if you put something worded this well in a song, there'll be thousands of people who read it and go, oh my gosh, that's as if I wrote it. It feels so like me, so like things I felt. And Tuomas has this ability to write so succinctly how he feels, and in such a way that it's not too kind of frilly and too full of so much imagery that it makes it feel too specific to him. Other people can read this and go, wow, I've been there, or I am there now. And that's something beautifully unifying about these heartbreaking lyrics. They actually make you feel less alone, and I hope it makes Tuomas feel less alone, that there's so many people who read them and understand. Okay. That looks like a metal recorder. It's like a flute, but played that way. So it's like a recorder, but it's not plastic or wood. Someone please tell me what that is, because I don't know. I haven't seen one of those before. But it makes a beautiful sound. It's so wistful and kind of like it's from a fairy tale or some kind of folklore. I love that Nightwish do that. They just bring in quite random instruments sometimes, but they make it just fit. And Aurora does that quite often as well. I do a lot of Aurora reactions, and she has things like that in her videos that just kind of pull her into her own musical traditions from her country, and Nightwish are quite good at that as well. They just pop them with little moments like this sometimes, and they're such amazing instrumentalists. They can just play so many different things. It just that instrument being played there, it was like, oh, it just reminds me of that very innocent childhood primary school sound. It was just beautiful. And I love all the changes of texture in this. It's so interesting. It's like a kind of like a patchwork quilt. They just weave through because they can make such big sound. And they did. One of my favourite things in music is when there's strings in rock music. Is one of my favourite things. But also when they're in like a double speed beat, and then they drop into a half speed. But everything else carries on the same, but the drum goes into like a half speed, and I love that. And they do that there so beautifully with such perfect timing. Just makes me very happy. Right, let's go back a little bit. Here we go. I didn't pause in the guitar solo, but I have to pause now. But flipping Nora, that guitar solo was amazing. They're such amazing musicians. It makes me so happy that they just know exactly what's right for the song. There's never a point when I go, probably wouldn't have done that there, or it could have done without that guitar solo, or it could have done without that orchestral section. Like, I never think that with Nightwish. And I love the way Floor is just singing in this really light, almost like in her classical kind of texture of her voice. Like, she's, I can't really sing anything today, it's very husky, but she's got this really very clean sound that just, she's not needing to belt, she's not needing to give it anything, it's just sitting very comfortably. And almost they use her voice as an instrument in some tracks rather than a vocal, because they haven't pushed her vocal right out, they've kept it kind of mid in the mix, so it's like another instrument texture, which is really interesting. And Floor wasn't the original singer of this one, am I right? That it was the previous singer was the singer that originated the vocal on this song. So Floor has kind of taken over that role and is singing this now. And it's lovely. There's nothing she can't sing, is there, as we've discussed before. She's just incredible, as always. Yeah, God, it's lovely. It's just beautiful. And it's just sad and beautiful at the same time. I'm really enjoying the nature of this one, it being slightly more bleak than, full on heavy. I like it. Right, let's go back a little bit. End of the guitar solo. Wow. So Floor does what I assume is the chorus, the "Oh, how I wish for soothing rain" section again. But this time she's gone da 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 da. She's up there and she's added quite a lot of twang. That I can't sing today. I'm so poorly. But she's got this brightness in the sound that completely cuts through. I'm not sure whether they've turned her mic up, or whether, I think it's literally just her changing vocal technique there pushes her voice further through the mix, which is so cool that she's able to do that. And just a little bit of that added twang, which we use a lot in musical theatre because it cuts through an orchestra or a band, and you get that kind of brighter kind of sound, so everything's slightly here rather than there. And so she's just using a tiny bit of twang, and it just kind of cuts through that texture so nicely. So this time when she sings the chorus, it's got a much more kind of imploring, desperate kind of sound of like really asking rather than stating, "Oh, how I wish for soothing rain." Now it's like, "Oh, how I would," like she really wishes it. So it feels very different with her being at that octave and using that twang sound. Just completely changes the nature of the meaning of this part, and it just, it's just beautiful. It's so brilliant that she is doing exactly the same tune but doing it in a different way, and it just changes the entire meaning. And that guitar solo was amazing, wasn't it? It's so good. So what's interesting here, so Nemo, I think, is Latin for lonely or no name or something like that, or not having a name or something like that. Like there's a whole line about the one without a name. I think that's what Nemo means. So that's interesting. It's yeah, gosh, it's beautiful. Working in the music industry is not well paid, as we know. So if you would like to support me, you can buy me a coffee or a tea, as I say, because I'm British. Thank you to everybody who's already done that. I am so overwhelmed by you sharing your hard-earned money with me, and my family really appreciate it too. So thank you so much. If you would like a more regular way to support me, you can become a member of the Colour Wave crew. Let's continue. Oh my goodness, that section at the end. Floor is just amazing. Sometimes, like I think I've said this in other videos, I can't work out which octave she's singing at because it's like I can hear the harmonics. You know, you can get that on guitar sometimes when you hear a different octave if you hit the guitar at a certain point. It kind of plays it up the octave as well. You get that in vocals when the harmonics are so perfect, it creates the illusion of another interval. It's like you've tuned into a different frequency. And I sometimes get that with Floor, and that she is one of the only singers I've ever felt that with. And I'm not sure whether it's just that the band are so perfectly in tune as well, but sometimes she hits a note, and because she can jump so easily between octaves so seamlessly, she might be at that one octave and then jump up the octave and then go up. But sometimes I really can't tell where she is because like I can hear the octave above in her voice. I very much felt that towards the end when we get towards the Floorgasm moment, and then she's there in her kind of tilted kind of opera quality, and then she goes into the full kind of belting so a straight larynx, roll and tilted, goes to and with a bit of twang, and then she's right up there, and it's that just the fact that she can flip between all those qualities so fast and without any. I often describe the voice when I'm teaching like gear changes. Like if you drive a manual car, you have to change gear and the engine starts to kind of make a noise when it wants you to change up into another gear or change down. The voice is like lots of separate gears. It's not one continuous thing. And so you often get these kind of clunks as you go into a different vocal register. And as you change vocal quality, sometimes there's a clunk as your vocal folds go from one setup to another setup or something. And with Floor, I know she's changing setup and she's changing register, but it is so fantastically well done that you can't hear it. I know she's doing it because there's no other way she can be getting between those like gears in her voice, but it's so smooth that it's almost as if it's not a real voice. It's unbelievable. Like that's so talented, and to be so high in her voice and to be at such a high point in her voice and in a tilted quality. So her larynx is tilted, so it'll be slightly like this, and then she goes to a straight up larynx without a kind of sound. None of that. Just straight through. I just think she's a phenomenally gifted singer, and I really could listen to her sing anything. Yeah, I'm getting into her solo stuff now, other things that she's covered, and yeah, all of it's really good. So good. Let me know if there's any other ones that you want me to cover. I'll obviously do some more Nightwish, but tell me your favourites that I haven't done yet, and any Floor solos, because those are really interesting as well, to hear her work without the band or with her previous band is also quite interesting because that's a slightly different mix. So keep your suggestions coming in on comments because I love them. So with my synesthesia, which means seeing colours when I hear music. This one is really red. It's quite a red one, which surprises me actually, because it's feels like it's childhood, but it's got quite a red, like a scarlety kind of colour to it. And Nightwish, I often get like a darker colour, but this is quite a bold red. And then the recorder, the metal recorder thingy, again, please tell me what it is, because I sound like an idiot saying metal recorder. I'm sure it's not actually called that. That has a very different, it's almost like a brassy colour. I know it's not a brass instrument, but it has like a kind of, has this texture that cuts through in this really, really piercing kind of light way. It's quite unusual, but it's beautiful, and it accompanies her voice so nicely because it's a different texture. And then the guitar solo is again gorgeous, and that comes through, and it's kind of like a peachy colour. It comes through almost like a more washy kind of colour than the red. But yeah, it's a lovely little colour mix there. It's beautiful. Please remember to like, subscribe, share and comment. I love all your comments. Please keep them coming. And remember to have a colourful day. Listening.